Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Karen and thank you so much for joining me on today's video. So today's video will be about how to grow your natural hair. So this has been like a long journey for me, and I know that most of you have been waiting for this video to come up on my channel. So the video is finally here, and I hope that most of you won't just go after me on my inboxes and texting me and asking me how I grew my natural hair. So I'm always going to refer you to this video. So I decided to do two parts of this video because it's more like it has been a long journey for me, and I want to share everything and I want to be detailed, like so that you guys can actually understand how I actually got where I am today with my hair. So the first thing that I did in growing my natural hair is to get to know my hair. So what are the things that I found out in getting to know my hair that helped me grow my hair? So the first thing that I'm going to talk about is hair porosity. So hair porosity, it's more like it's how well your hair can absorb any kind of product that it's applied to it. So knowing that about your hair will help you grow your hair, because you will know how, when, and which kind of products that are actually good for your type of hair and the kind of way that your hair actually reacts. So understanding that will help you regulate how much moisture and how healthy you can keep your hair by how and what you are applying into it. So get to understand your hair porosity. If you don't know anything about hair porosity, I already have a video, so I'm going to make sure to link it down on the description box, so make sure to check it out. So another second thing that I learned in doing the research about my hair or getting to know my hair is to learn about hair texture. So that different types of textures ranging from 4C or 2A or 2B or something like that. I've never heard of 1A or 1B, but I've heard about something 2A, 2B, and 2C up to 4C and stuff like that. So you should know your hair texture. Why do you need to know your hair texture? Is because you need to understand how you should treat your hair and how your hair actually behaves in terms of the texture. So in growing natural hair, it's more about length retention. So understanding your hair texture will help you retain more length, because you will know the things that you must do and the things that you must not do in order to compromise the length, and also so in order for you not to compromise the health of your hair in general. So you need to understand your hair texture and know how it needs to be treated. And I think I also have a video on that, and yeah, I think I just talked about it somewhere in a video, but I did not like specifically talk about it. But then I think I do have a video related to that I believe is going to be helpful to you in order for you to understand your hair texture. So you need to understand that hair textures again are different for different people. It's influenced by genetics, it's influenced by so many things. So you need to understand that you can never change your texture, but you can at least change it temporarily, but you cannot change it permanently. So learning to understand your texture and learn how to live your life around that and grow your hair around that, it's something that's going to help you grow your natural hair, because you will know how to treat your hair in the best way that you keep it healthy and it does not break a lot. So guys, I'm gonna talk about the next thing when it came to growing my hair that I did. So another thing that I believe that you should know in getting to know your hair is to experiment. So this comes to us, what kind of products should I be using for my hair? How do I know this is the right product? How do I know this product will actually grow my hair? So but honestly, I feel like, based on my experience, I feel like there's just no product that will just grow your hair on its own. But that's another topic for another day that we're going to talk about later in the channel if it's not yet posted. So you need to understand that you need to experiment sometimes in order for you to get the products that work for your hair. Even if I can tell you this product will work for your hair, it might happen that it will not. Why? Because our hair differs in many different ways, and when it comes to genetics, like I really cannot change that, and I really cannot understand that about each and every person that I get to give advice about growing their natural hair. So you need to understand that your genetics can make other products that work for other people not to work for you, and there's so many reasons, but that's the topic for another day. Or why is it that products cannot work for everybody, and why is it not working for everybody? And sometimes it can be because your hair could not need that product. It does not have to be genetics, but but it might happen that that's not what your hair needs at that time. That's why it's not working for you. But you find that in years later or in months later, it really needs it, so it works for you at that time. So you need to understand those things, and for you to get the product that you need and be accurate or be more precise about it is to experiment. You need to learn to experiment with different products and products that contain different ingredients. Don't buy the same products that contain the same ingredients. You need to understand that you need to work around different ingredients, and don't just go in with just any ingredient, but always learn about the ingredient that you're also putting into your hair. I know that this is a lot of work, but that's the only way that you can get to understand your hair and also prevent products from harming your hair as well. You don't want that to happen. You don't want to find yourself having your hair to break. You need to do your homework when it comes to experimenting. Don't just go for any product, but do your homework, do some background check, and make sure that the product that you're applying on your hair, it's something that you believe your hair needs based on the science and the things that you're observing about your hair. So experimenting has to do also with observing. So observe the changes that any kind of product makes on your hair, if you like it or not. So when you're experimenting, make sure that you are being observant, things such as breakage, things such as like the texture of your hair, or maybe the bounce or the elasticity. Those are the things that should tell you how the product actually is reacting to your hair. So it's gonna give you signs. Each product will give you signs over time. And also you need to be patient. If your hair is not reacting in a bad way, then you can increase the time. But if you feel like now the product is being harmful to your hair, then that's a sign that you also need to stop. But experimenting is one of the most important things. That's what got me here when it comes to product selection. So make sure also to check it out on my description box. I will link it down, a video about product selection, so that you can know what to do when you want to start with your experimenting process and get the products that will actually work for you. You will definitely find them. It might take time, it might not take time, and also it might be expensive and it might not be expensive, depending on what will actually work for you. Some people find things that are working for them in a much cheaper price, and some people find it in like much expensive products. So you need to work around your budget. Don't waste your money. If you don't feel like you don't want to, if you feel like you don't want to do it, don't do it. If you feel like you cannot afford this experimental process, then don't do it. By the time that you afford it, you can do it. There's no need to rush. Be patient with your hair, and you'll grow long natural hair knowing that you've done your background check. And then later on in the stage where your hair it's even longer, it's even way easy for you to work around your hair and knowing the kind of products that are actually working for your hair. So guys, I want to go ahead to the next big thing that I believe that you should know in order for you to grow your natural hair. Another thing that you should do is to create a routine. After learning about all these things, you need to start to create that routine. That routine, that's the routine that you're going to use when you are experimenting. So creating a routine, it's something that has to do with what you've already gathered or what you've already learned about natural hair in general before coming to the experimenting part of it. But what you have learned already will help you create a much informative and detailed routine. So if you want to create that detailed routine, you need to make sure that you've done your homework so that you can start on your hair care journey. So I'm going to talk about 2 routines that you should work around first if you want to grow your natural hair, and make sure that you're doing it in the most effective way. So the first routine that you need to start with is to start with your wash day routine. So on the day that you are washing your hair, you need to know the things and the steps that you need to do. So you need to have like your wash day routine. So your wash day routine should include your pre-pooing process. It should include your detangling, your shampooing, deep conditioning, and styling. So you need to make sure that you've got those 5 processes on your wash day routine in order to make sure that your hair is healthy and give it as much moisture as you can. I'm gonna link the video down in the description box, and you will know how to create your wash day routine. So the next routine that I want to talk about is the moisturizing and hydrating routine. So I'm gonna start with the hydrating routine. Hydrating routine means drinking enough water. It's more like you're hydrating your whole body, that which includes also your hair, and you need to make sure that you drink a lot of water. That's the best way to hydrate your body. You can have other things to drink to keep your body hydrated, but the best hydration method is to drink a lot of water. I know that this is not easy for some of you. You feel like water is just something that you just don't like, but it's very helpful in growing your natural hair. So make sure that you are hydrated from inside and out. And outside, it means that you need to make sure that you give your hair a lot of water. Anytime you get the opportunity to give your hair a lot of water, make sure to do that. And another thing that you should do is to moisturize your hair. Moisturizing your hair, it's applying hydrating products such as water or hair products that or hair products, any like general hair products on your hair, and sealing it in, and make sure that it's sealed. It's either with an oil or it's either with a butter. Some hair products contain both moisture and oil, so some of them you might not as well have to use an oil or a butter to seal in the moisture. So you need to make sure that you moisturize your hair in between your wash days. Not just that, but you also need to hydrate your hair from inside and out. You need to apply water, and you need to drink water, and you need to apply hair products in between your wash days in case your hair gets dry. You need to replenish the water and the moisture that has been lost over time. So that happens between your wash days, because your wash day, I believe, is the most hydrating process of your hair care journey. So in between your wash days, that's where you replenish the moisture as it goes out due to different weathers and for so many reasons, or by the manipulations and all those kind of stuff, which we're going to talk about in the next video. So you need to make sure that you have that routine. And so another thing that I want to talk about, guys, is that your hair care routines needs to be moisture and hydration based, and also they need to be protein based. So let me break it down for you. So if it's moisture based, you are applying too much moisture, you're applying like a lot of moisture and keeping your hair hydrated, but that's not the only thing that your hair needs. Your hair also needs strength. Having moisture overload can lead to breakage. It can lead to you like having split ends and all those kind of things, but you don't want that to happen. So you want to make sure that you also have the strengthening part of your routine, where you apply products that will add more to the strength than the moisture. So my advice to you, if you want to grow your natural hair, you need to make sure that you keep those two balanced. The more you give your hair more moisture, you need to understand that you need to do the same thing with the strength, because a lot of moisture can lead to breakage, and the same way with a lot of strengthening products, like too much protein, your hair can lead to breakage because your hair does not have enough moisture anymore, and it's on the strengthening side, which is a little bit drying as well. So you need to make sure that you keep the two balanced, which is the main thing for having hair care routines, is to keep the moisture and protein balance, which is the strengthening and the moisturizing part, or the hydrating part of your natural hair. So guys, I'm just gonna stop here with this video, and we're gonna talk more about how to grow your natural hair on the next part of this video. I didn't want to make this video too long, and I hope that you already find this very helpful, and you're gonna move next to the next video. So thank you guys for watching this one, and I'll catch you guys on the next part of this video. Bye.